Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel Chen's Art, where we make art. Well, I make art, and hopefully you guys want to watch. But basically, it's been a year since I posted a video on YouTube, and yeah, I figured I might as well start posting again. Except this time, I want to make sure that I kind of pay attention more to the art side of things. I've been posting shorts, so if you want to check any of those out, they're just time-lapse videos of art that I've been doing over the last couple months. A couple of original characters and then a couple of fan art characters. I think more so fan art than anything. For this video, I wanted to do long form. I wanted to take some of those speed time-lapse videos of art and just kind of talk over them. And yeah, basically last year when I did videos, they were on Raid and like free-to-play videos. Um, but now I want to just kind of really more so focus on art on this channel. I might post some gameplay stuff here and there, but it's mainly going to be focused on art channel. And if I do post game content, it's probably going to be correlated to art. Like today, I have like raid videos on my channel now, and I figured why not make an art video about some of the time lapses I did. In this video, it's going to be two different characters, fan arts. One is a just a regular fan art, or yeah, just a regular fan art where I just kind of use the design that Raid uses. And the other one is actually no, scratch that. Both designs, because I just realized which one I did, which two I did. Both of them are kind of like redo designs, nothing like too fancy or anything like that, but they're just kind of just fun little redesigns of the characters, or champions in this case. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the art video. Alright, so this first one was the Cold Heart quote-unquote redesign. I didn't do like too much different. I used references from the game itself, and just I used the original skin that they used for the game. But yeah, so basically what I do is I just start out with the pose, and then using the transform tool to kind of, change up the anatomy a little bit, depending on how well I did in the start of the character, and then just resizing it to fit the entire canvas. And I like to start with a just like really basic shapes and stuff with the torso and the legs and the arms. I don't really worry about the head until this second part, when I do on a new layer, just kind of the like underlying structure of the whole body, and it helps add the like the armor and stuff like that after that part of it's done. I would say this is definitely, it's not the quickest part. Obviously, well, the first layer is the quickest part, but it's not super slow. I would definitely, the coloring is probably the slowest, but that's just because of I've spent a lot less time on coloring and rendering than I have line art and everything like that. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of going over and putting the lines on for the body. I think even here I kind of noticed that the torso was a little long, which I believe I end up fixing soon. So yeah, the torso is a little long, and it kind of looks weird, especially with the belly button. Like, it looks very off center. So I'm pretty sure I flipped the canvas on both sides, but sometimes I do forget to do that, which does affect the overall drawing sometimes. But yeah, see, I fixed the legs. The legs were kind of weird; they didn't match up, and then I kind of just shortened the. I didn't really shorten the torso. I just took the pelvis and kind of with the legs and moved it up. Yeah, once I'm good with the start of the character, then I go over with another pencil on another new layer. I click off the very first one, but on this layer is what I add on this stuff, onto the base model. But yeah, I was just kind of starting. I think I wanted to do like a summer kind of themed design for this, and I was thinking like the crown can be like the sun, when you have like the old design style, like when you're young and you design the sun and you just do like a circle and then put like spikes on it, basically. But yeah, that's kind of what I did with the crown and then the sun symbol in the center. And then I figured, I'd have some fun with the ears and make them like amphibian ears, basically. Just kind of switch stuff up a little bit and make it a little more interesting, I guess. And wanted to keep the hair simple. The hair is pretty, and then I had to resize the head because the head was a little big. But yeah, I kept the hair pretty simple because that's basically how it is in the original design, and there's some elements I wanted to keep from the original design. And then usually I start with the head, and then once I get that done, I'll move on to the rest of the body. And basically I was just, again, trying to stick with the style, like the overall style of the character, but then changing it up a little bit. Like in the original design, you see there's like the leather straps that kind of like join in the middle with like this like silver ring on her abdomen. And yeah, and then I go and I started designing on the shirt. I was thinking in this case like palm trees kind of, so I started doing that. And yeah, just kind of like slowly adding on to the design, working my way from top to bottom. Sometimes it's better to do it like jump around a little more, but in this case I ended up kind of going from top to bottom, and then I guess I do jump back up and use the arms, but I wanted to keep the pointy motif going with everything, so I put like the sun on the knee pads and the shoes. Like you kind of have that like sun burst on it. And then in the original design, she has the on her boots or her shin guards or whatever you call it, like the scales and stuff. So I wanted to kind of keep that in the design as well. And then yeah, going back up to the arms, using the shoulder pads, making those pointy as well, just to kind of match the points in the head and the points in the torso. And then yeah, just adding that little the cape, I guess, that she has in her original design. That was something I wanted to keep as well. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty similar. Nothing too much of change going on there. And then once I got that all done, I just go. I think in this case I used. Excuse me. In this case I used just pencil, and then I just kind of made it more refined with the pencil, whereas the other two layers are a little more sketch-like. But so this is where if I'm doing like an actual like finished drawing, I'll do line art and I'll use like the ink pen, or if I'm just doing like a finished sketch, I'll throw the pencil on top of here. And yeah, that's basically it for this one. Yeah, not really too much more to add. Let me see how it goes here. Yeah, just kind of going over all the lines. I think I do change up a little bit here and there, I think. Especially like the torso, where the leather is supposed to meet in the center with the ring. I also wanted to make that more like floral, so instead of just having a regular ring, I have the like flower petals around it. Some a little different. Yeah, so here I go, starting it. I don't think I used the shape tool. I think I just used the pencil. But sometimes I'll do, if it's an ink drawing, I'll definitely just use the shape tool because it just makes life a lot easier, to be honest. But yeah, so basically just kind of going over the line. I guess what I could talk about now is I I like this character a lot, or champion, I guess, in raid terms. Um, if you end up starting like a new account and you pull this champion, like you're maxing her out right from the rip. I mean, maybe not right from the rip, um, because basically in the game, her damage is based on the maximum health or HP that the her enemy has. So in the earlier levels, when they have less health, the damage isn't that much. But when you get to like level like 15 and above on the dungeons, like 15 to 20 on the dungeons, um, she just starts hitting really hard. Especially in like there's a spider boss in the original dungeons, and some people are able to just like basically one shot the spider. I mean that's kind of like an insane build right there. But I mean if you get two of these champions and you build them both out, and yeah, you could take out the spider and like I don't know. You drop the defense, you bolster your own attack, and then you let them rip, and then they just I think two shots. Yeah, that's the beauty of this champion. Once you get to like even further stages, they kind of cap the damage that those types of hits do. But still, like it's still super useful, even though they cap the damage. But I guess this is something new. I kind of like made the hair a little more interesting, adding a little more detail in it. Sometimes I over detail the hair, or in this case, I feel like I might have under detailed it a little bit. But other than that, yeah, once I'm done with everything, sometimes I'll do like a thicker outline around the entire character that I'm drawing, like I just did. But it depends. Like the cape is in the back, so I didn't want to do that. And then same with the hair, so I just kind of did the main design. But yeah, this was me trying to do some cross hatching, and I didn't like it when I first started. So I think I got like halfway through, and then I scrapped it and then restarted from scratch. Yep, yeah, because it just didn't look right to me. That's one thing I really want to work on, is like cross hatching and stuff. I think my biggest things I need to work on are just rendering in general, and that's pencil rendering like this, or hatching, and or when it comes to like full color and stuff. But I think it works for the character. I think it looks interesting in the design. Kind of makes it pop a little bit. Yeah, so I get like the big shapes first, and because it's more metallic, it's gonna have like less rigid shapes, more organic, and then I'll add the cross hatching on top of it. And then I started adding some other spots just so you kind of like know like this is more metallic. I don't think I did, but I should have added it to the like shin guards or the boots, because that was also supposed to be metal. But I think the whole, like all the way up, even in the original design, if you see, like it's all the way like from the shoes up to the top of the legs. It's all metal. Yeah, that's another thing I like to do afterward, is I'll add small lines here and there, like I did in the leather straps in the center, or like in the torso. I'll just do some lines just to kind of like give it more form. But you don't want to overdo the lines as well. It's very easy to overdo the lines, but it's also very easy to underdo. It's a nice happy medium that you can get to, that you want to get to in order to finish the design. No, I guess I did do a little bit of hatching. Okay, I mean it's not as refined as the top, but I guess I did want to get like a different texture a little bit. I don't know if I'd say it's very metallic, but it's definitely got texture. I'll give it that. Yeah, I just add the whole bold outline to the back, or the bold square in the back, just to kind of have the character pop out from the white. and then I'll do a white outline around the entire character as well, just so it kind of like bleeds into the borders. I think it looks kind of cool. And then yeah, add the name and then put it in the corner. And here I was kind of messing around with colors just to see like how it would look. I don't know, maybe if anybody comments on it, let me know if you think this design would be kind of cool to like explore further. Maybe even like go, maybe do like a character turnaround and stuff like that, and really flesh it out and do more color to it. But yeah, I think I end up doing too many colors here, but I do like the combo of like blue, green, and orange. It's just finding the right balance, and then having her skin more bluish because it's more aquatic based, and then having the blues like for water and stuff like that, and then I'm still playing with the colors, and then the orange would be more obviously for the sun and stuff, and then green for the greens. I think right here I'm just kind of playing around with the color. There's no like rhyme or reason for what I was doing, but yeah. Alright, the next one is Eleanor. It's a legendary from the High Elves. So I did Dark Elves Rare with Cold Heart. I always want to say Shadow Heart all the damn time. But yeah, doing Eleanor. This one's older. This one's like last year. But I really like the design. You can kind of tell because the shape I did is a little different. Like the style of it, I guess. Very slightly different, but this is another one where I took the design. I thought it was a cool design. I don't actually have the champion in the game. I wish I did, because it would be nice for like wave content, depending on how many people you have putting poisons on, because she explodes the poisons. I think this is the champion that does that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll look later. You can look. You can play the game if you want to. Don't. I'm not sponsored by Raid, obviously. But, I mean, I've been playing the game for a long time. I think 4 years or so. So, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. I like it a lot. If I've been playing it this long, I obviously have some type of attachment to it. Right now, I used to run a couple different accounts, but I've just been doing my main account lately. I mean, my main account is my free-to-play account, but yeah, I want to say I'm pretty sure I did something different with this design, which I'll put the show, I'll put it side by side. Right now I'm watching it, I'm recording it now, just watching it play back singularly. So once I actually edit the video, I'll throw the side by side and you'll get to see basically what I was looking at as I was doing it. And then again, I start with the base, and then I throw the secondary line work on top of it. This time I did it a little bit out of order, maybe. Or right now I'm just kind of messing with the hands. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I did the main body, and then I threw this. And then, so I decided to do, like, ice. I'm pretty sure I did this during the winter. I don't know. Apparently I got something with seasonal making designs based off the seasons. But, yeah, so I did ice, and then she has, like, these gold wings coming out of her back. So I decided to just make those ice, and then the shoulder pads. I cannot remember any of the names for like armor. Like, I know gauntlets or a chest plate. I'm pretty sure there's like pauldron. Like, I think these are pauldrons or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, anywho, I decided to. I think the design on the bottom is a little different. That's not what she usually has. Again, you'll be seeing this in real. You'll see it side by side as the video is playing, so you'll be able to see for yourself as it's going. But right now, I'm just going off of memory, and like I said, I don't have this champion, so I haven't seen her a whole lot. But I just thought it was a cool design, and I still think it's a cool design. That's the one thing about Raid, like their champion designs and stuff like that. They have a lot of detail inside the design itself. I guess more so depending on, and it also depends on the rarity of the champion. Like legendary champions usually have a lot more ornate gear and stuff on, whereas the rares are kind of a little more plain, just to kind of differentiate themselves. But it's not so much now, but when the game first started, you didn't have a whole lot of champions that had like very big shapes on their design. Like her, she's one of them, like one of the old ones that she has the big shapes with the wings or whatever those are. But a lot of champions, like especially banner lords, like they're trying to be semi-realistic, so you're not gonna have like a giant buster sword or anything like that with these champions. Whereas nowadays they're a little more laxed on that. So because they weren't able to add so many big shapes in the overall character design, to make up for that, they put more like intricacies within the inner design itself, which I decided not to do for this, just because I wanted to, keep it kind of simple. I don't want to overdo it. And plus, there's only so much time in the day to draw. So, and I needed to move on to the next one. So, not doing as intricate a detail as they do is going to help out a lot. Although maybe, later down the road, if I was doing like a full champion design or something like that, I'd tend to try and do a little more intricacies in the design. So yeah, right here, I just decided to color in. I used the paint bucket tool to drop the color in, but I had to go in and kind of go under the lines because the lines aren't completely black, so you saw the gold underneath, because I put gold in the entire design. But yeah, and then I just made a little kind of illustration design on it. I put the name on the left. This was kind of something I did different. Honestly, I kind of like this a lot too, where you put the name on the left, obviously Ray's on there, and then the design's on the right, and then I overlaid a texture on the left of the design, just to add a little more interest to it. Yeah, I really like how this one came out. All right, awesome. That's those were the two time-lapse drawings. I don't know. I don't think I have them on the shorts at the moment. Maybe I'll put them on the shorts. But these are two designs that I wanted to show off and just kind of talk a little bit more about. Have the video play out a little longer, just so I can give my thoughts as we're watching the drawing, and put the side by side so we could see the original original design with the new design. But yeah, thanks for watching. In the future, I do plan on doing my own character designs for Raid. Just fun little champions that I came up with. So far, I have 3 that I did. They're on my DeviantArt and stuff like that. That I did throughout the years. I think the first one I did all the way back in like 2021, and then I did one in 22, and then I did one in 23. I think I skipped a year somewhere in there, but yeah, basically did a couple of my own designs. I never got a chance to put it together and do a video. I've been wanting to for a while, but yeah. Those are all the designs for these characters, and I will see you in the next one.